When I wrote my first book, I mostly wrote that book for myself.
It started with a dream.
I thought maybe my family would read it, maybe some people in my neck of the woods would read it. I did not expect it to be widely read, and I didn't expect it to give me a career as a writer.
That book was Clay's Quilt. It changed Silas House's life. The Laurel County native has gone on to become a best-selling author, getting his start in the Appalachian Hills of eastern Kentucky. Now he'll represent his homeland as Kentucky Poet Laureate. He'll serve 2 years working to promote Kentucky literature and reach larger audiences.
There are so many people in eastern Kentucky and all over Kentucky who are doing the work themselves, and they're getting out there and they're coming up with ideas and they're implementing those ideas.
For House, he credits his strong support system for getting him to where he is. It wasn't always easy with rejections before he got a yes.
And all young people need someone to validate them. And I was really lucky to have teachers and community and family who did that.
House will be inducted Monday at the Capitol on Kentucky Writers' Day.
I love Kentucky to my bones. I I love it for all of its beauty and all of its frustrating parts, because all of those things make it complex, you know? And so I hope that I can represent it properly.
Chad Hedrick, WKYT.